Hello and welcome to Take 5 with ECENTA. Today our guest is Juliana Holterhaus from Qualtrics. Juliana is a decision scientist with a unique combination of strategic business experience and a deep understanding of human behavior as applied to the digital space. In her role at Qualtrics, Juliana develops best practice solution content and consultation to enable digital transformation efforts through experience management. In addition to her work at Qualtrics, Juliana currently sits on the board of directors for the Market Research Institute International. And Juliana graduated with honors from Amherst College and holds a PhD in psychology decision sciences from Columbia University. So Juliana, first of all, congratulations on the successful Qualtrics IPO and welcome to Take 5 with ECENTA.
Thanks, Bruce. Thanks so much for having me. I'm glad to be able to be here today.
Well, we're happy to have you as well. So today we're kind of excited to have you here and have you share Qualtrics' new DigitalXM solution for commerce. But before we start that discussion, could you take maybe just a couple of minutes to explain Qualtrics Experience Management to those who might not be familiar with its capabilities?
Sure, of course, happy to do that. So Qualtrics Experience Management, or XM, is the only technology platform that really helps organizations both design and improve customer, employee, product, and brand experiences. So a bunch going on there, but Absolutely. Across the board, all those four components with the focus on design and improve. And it's used by organizations to launch new experiences based on powerful market research that really allows them to uncover unmet customer and employee needs and use that to continuously optimize those experiences as market and stakeholder needs change. So we see ourselves really as the backbone of the world's most successful companies. Our platform's secure, agile, easy to use. It's a common framework that we can really focus on the concepts of design and improve for customer and employee experience, and then consistently drive innovation in a world where people are really demanding more than ever from their products, brands, and just experiences in general.
Right. I think the market agreed with you with your IPO a couple of weeks ago and the highly successful IPO you had. So now Qualtrics is a very powerful platform for managing those customer experiences. Can you maybe share some of the benefits and business value of integrating Qualtrics Experience Management with a customer's e-commerce journey?
Yeah, sure. How long do you have over there?
Exactly. A lot to digest. Yeah. Absolutely.
I will try my best to be succinct with that. I'd say when you deliver the experiences that people need, they really want to reward you with both their business and their loyalty. And our customers have used experience management to reduce churn, to improve employee engagement, to increase customer lifetime value, to boost their brand awareness, to increase sales. The list goes on. I always like to bring something, this to life with a story. Sigma Healthcare is a great example. Maybe some in our audience are familiar with them. They're one of Australia's largest pharmacy networks and major pharmaceutical wholesalers. Okay. And it was really clear that they needed to modernize some of their aging systems to provide a more intuitive and seamless ordering experience for their customers. So they had this complex kind of manual process in place, and they were seeing a lot of errors and higher internal costs. So Sigma Healthcare actually turned to SAP Commerce Cloud to really reinvent the way that they engage with and serve their customers. It was through a new customer portal that they created called Sigma Connect that the company was able to really increase their functionality while simplifying the customer experience. So once they had this kind of foundation of operational excellence in place, Sigma wanted a way to be able to connect more deeply with their customers to really ensure that it was meeting and exceeding their needs and expectations. So they adopted Qualtrics, and Sigma was really able to constantly monitor how their customers were engaging with the business and to gather feedback across the journey to drive more continuous improvements. So it was a great example of combining real-time OData with experience or X data kind of insights. And Sigma's seen these, very real rewards in terms of customer satisfaction. Just a couple from, notable results with some numbers attached to them. They actually saw a 49-point increase in their NPS,
Wow.
They had really improved ease of doing business with 3 times more orders compared to their previous platform. And they were able to focus on increased transparency and system responsiveness. So they saw an average order size increase by 8%. They were able to pinpoint and fix key customer issues, and they saw a reduction in technical errors by 10x. So, there are more stats to share, but hopefully those are some of the highlights.
And that's real business value that's being driven by using experience management and really trying to understand the customer, their needs, and actually acting on what they need at a given point in time.
Exactly. Yeah. So they were just able to really streamline their whole digital workflow on the background, the back end, in a way that was very impactful for the bottom line.
Yeah, so experience management obviously has a huge impact. So historically, what have been some of the challenges that have arisen with integrating Qualtrics Experience Management with an e-commerce solution?
Sure. Yeah. So generally speaking, a lot of the legacy customer experience programs that we see, they tend to rely on like limited feedback from just a handful of customers. So it's usually happening right after a transaction or interaction has taken place. And it's typically focused on, solving customer problems like on a one-to-one level. So it's much more like tracking specific scores or metrics over time, which of course is very important. But at the end of the day, experience management is really about listening to every customer. It's not just a small subset. And it should be able to give you a detailed understanding of every individual, and use that information to take action to really exceed customer expectation. So where like the more traditional programs are sort of resource intensive, they can be very hard to scale. XM is, easily scalable thanks to some of our automated capabilities and actions. So once you've identified the best way to close the loop with a customer, you can automate that process to be able to take the same actions time and time again. So it's kind of a strategic shift that's required there, moving from measuring to understanding what actions will really deliver business value. And I can talk a little bit more about the technical challenges if that's of interest.
Yeah, if you can give it, that would be helpful, I think.
So sometimes technical challenges around integrations, specifically for commerce, we've seen the need for teams to really move beyond passive feedback buttons. So that's like an approach with digital. It's really been driven by a lot of legacy vendors. And we're looking to help our customers embrace a much more active and personalized listening program that carries, very more like journey centric across the customer journey. So again, that's facilitated by automated actions to really address more of the experience gaps. And then of course, with digital, it should be a digital open door. It should lead to much more of an omni-channel kind of approach, especially for commerce, so relevant in the space. So our digital ecosystem really spans multiple channels, and it should enable our customers to plug into, customer support or in store, whatever the channel of choice might be there. So
it really helps bring like a customer journey map to life, right? So you look at customer journey maps, and I think one of the challenges at times is they become static over time, where Qualtrics is constantly engaging customers in a way that's bringing that journey map to life and actually expanding it over time.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Excellent. So I think we're excited about this part. Qualtrics has just released the DigitalXM solution for commerce, which I know you helped lead that initiative at Qualtrics. Why don't you go ahead and just tell us a little bit about the solution, the key outcomes, and what you're most excited about?
Sure. Well, so by their very nature, digital experiences like create XM opportunities, maybe more so than any other channel. They automatically generate significant amounts of operational data. They offer smoother, less disruptive medium for collecting feedback, and they also provide more of a controlled environment that makes it easier to iterate on and improve experiences at scale. And not to mention, like, given where we are today, digital is like if it's not a primary channel, maybe it's the primary channel.
Correct.
For so many brands and organizations. So with our DigitalXM solution for commerce, we're seeing that digital teams can really create a best practice program essentially at the click of a button, or a couple of buttons.
Right.
So these programs really provide everything you need to listen to your end users, to analyze broken experiences, and to address experience gaps within the commerce journey. Our content is all PhD designed. It's been extensively validated by really hundreds of large-scale enterprise customers at this point. And it essentially takes the guesswork out of the methodology and lets you focus on creating a system of insight and a system of action across the organization. So those are some of the key pieces that we're really excited about.
Excellent. So it really lets a customer who's integrating into a commerce environment, implement more quickly, more like a rapid implementation.
Very
but
fast
also,
time to value.
Yeah, but exactly. But also have all of the various pieces, the intercepts, the surveys at their disposal that go live,
dashboards.
and allow them to get, to your point, get time to value more quickly.
Yeah, so it's best practice survey touch points, with the focus on listening, dashboards for, visualizing the data, best practice in terms of actions and how you plug into other facets of the organization, whether it's, a Slack integration or Jira integration, leveraging Adobe Analytics. We have all of those best practices outlined. So it really provides a strong roadmap. And in terms of the listening piece, shows how you can progress very quickly. We actually just had a customer deploy 5 touch points, 5 listening posts over the course of 1 month. They just activated 5 touch points. They've already collected over 50,000 data points. And it's just a very clear roadmap for where they should go. So
and all those data and all those data points become areas of potential action in the future to optimize the experience.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So as you're kind of looking at DigitalXM, you're the DigitalXM solution for e-commerce, what are some of the business and technical benefits for SAP Commerce customers?
Yeah. So a common pain point on our website feedback product in the past has been that there's kind of a strong learning curve associated with it, understanding the product, all the different resources and how they fit together. And then you have to add in testing or deploying code to the site. It can become a little complicated. So one of our biggest initiatives has been on the digital experience team is to really improve ease of use and time to value, to set up a world-class program of digital experience research. So this automated solution does really just that, without needing additional assistance or extensive implementation. We have it's all really configured. And in terms of product enhancement specific for SAP Commerce Cloud investments, it makes it easier to deploy across the board there as well. So we've optimized the solution specifically for SAP Commerce users. Not only are our default settings in the program are optimized for SAP Commerce users, but we also have an integration with SAP's next generation JavaScript, the storefront development application. And that makes deploying the Qualtrics JavaScript tag even easier. So things like, confirmation pages, catalog pages, that sort of thing. So all of those pre-built resources, it just enables you to launch a full digital program really in a matter of hours. And, then all of the benefits that we talked about earlier, time to value, clear roadmap, taking the guesswork out of the methodology, ensuring, future growth and program maturation in a meaningful way. And then, of course, plugging into all the other different facets of the organization for that system of insight and system of action.
Excellent. So you're the DigitalXM solution for commerce is really, for few, not to be this simple, but a few clicks and you'll be up and running.
Yes.
And you're turning e-commerce and marketing professionals into data scientists.
Yes. And one of the things that's really great is to be able to see our customers focus on more interesting, like problem solving and taking their real expertise and their knowledge of the business and be able to move the data effectively rather than get bogged down in a lot of the methodology or details about what question they should ask, at what point with what intercept and how to visualize it. We've done all of that heavy lifting. So it just gives a lot more leeway for meaningful problem solving.
Excellent. Well, Juliana, thank you for sharing Qualtrics DigitalXM solution for commerce with us today. Best of luck with this and future DigitalXM solutions.
Thanks, Bruce. Thanks so much for having me.
Appreciate it. Thank you.